Hello and welcome to another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. I am the player who plays as the Witch King under the mountain, and today we're going to go through the festival that's currently ongoing actually and open some MATHOMs. So it's the Elven Festival of Renewal. We're going to fill the chest up at the end of the video, as I feel like they're actually probably one of the more better value chests that they have in the game now. But first of all, I just wanted to pass some comment on the actual event itself. I know some people have already done this a little bit. But I suppose it's a little bit better than what we've kind of had from them for a while. So I'll sort of jump straight into it really. So you get a little map that comes with it, your adventure map, and you go through the different stages. And we're on to day 6 now, and you end up in Rivendell. Basically, the goal at the end of it is to basically go to Elrond in Rivendell and present some gifts to him, and I think you just go there for the festival by looks of things. So they've tried to add a bit of a storyline to it for once, which is quite nice. We don't normally get that these days. I was hoping today, with us being at Moria, maybe the Balrog might appear, but sadly not. So that chest I'm still waiting to happen. I really hope they do bring it out, and I really hope it is the Balrog and not someone like Smeagol or Gollum or whatever it might be, or even Smaug, to be honest, because I just think everyone's been after the Balrog now for a very, very, very long time. So Merry and Pippin kind of go on this journey. This is day 6, so I'll go back to the start. It probably makes more sense. So what they've thrown in on this particular one is little events for you to do, like building this puzzle. So I'll give an example. There's a different puzzle every day. I've done this puzzle a few times now, so I'd like to think I wouldn't fail it and I can be pretty quick at it, but I guess proof will be in whether this actually works for me or not. And as I say that, I've got it horribly wrong. Great. Okay. Wow. I mean, it's been a few days since I've done this puzzle, but you'd think I'd still remember how to do it. Just goes to show you that nothing is ever easy in this life. That goes there. Perfect. I really can't remember where the other pieces actually go. This is genuinely a problem. There's clearly going to be a really easy way of doing this. Here we go. Brain started to function again. This wasn't exactly how I planned on starting this video. I thought this was going to be the simple bit. Here we go. We got there in the end, and we still got 3 stars, so that's good. I felt pressured then. So you get a different puzzle every day that you get to fill in like that, and then they've also got this really, really kind of it's not ideal, to be honest, little fishing game whereby if you just keep clicking, so you cast your rod out, the plan is to catch the fish, and you have to press the opposite direction with your mouse or with your keys on your phone and try and keep the fish vaguely in the middle, which is a lot harder on your very clicky computer than it is on your phone, to be honest. And in a couple of seconds time it'll finish and we'll get 3 stars. And there we go. So you get a different one of those every day as well. It's a shame they didn't change the mini games every day. I'll just show you the day after. You still get the puzzle and you still get the fishing quest, but on some of them they've made us go retro, which is, you know, kind of cool that the game does still exist in this way. So you outfit your army as you always did, and it's actually a lot like 1.0 because you have to march yourself across the battlefield. You can't go beyond, so I can't move to here because I've got no linked land. It's almost like the whole back to probably what some people think were better times. And you click through and you kill these armies, and your end goal is to make it here, and you sort of have to get rid of all of them. I don't mind this kind of thing, to be honest. It's a little bit monotonous. I will just kind of get through this one level. What I will say is you do earn sort of coins for the festival from your stars, which is quite cool, and you can get some free stuff, which I will go into in a second. I think it's a shame that some of the stuff in the event wasn't a little bit better, I think, as in regards to the free stuff that they gave to people, because I think it would have been a good win for them. But it's definitely an improvement. should have been an echo. It's definitely an improvement on where it was. It doesn't matter if you get the questions wrong or right, by the way it seems on these mini games. So again, that's okay. We'll just kill off these bats. As record, rocking the tiles. And we'll collect our health. In fairness, you shouldn't really need the health. And Merry and Pippin just keep getting involved with little bits of text, which, you know, look, at least they've tried to pad an event out, which is unusual by their standards. And now we can hopefully finish this by killing off what looks like a Yusra. And there we go. So it's just an outlaw with the picture of Yusra, but there you go. So we've made the path, we've done the level. We could have got different units from this, which is quite fun, I suppose, if you're learning units, if you've not done it before. We got 3 stars again because we did the challenges, and we got these little blossom tokens, which is what they're using for this particular festival. And from there you can go into your travelling merchant. And because I've completed quite a few days worth of challenges, I've collected the 4 Mathons. I'll start picking up the exquisite equipment, which if you're a new player or a free to play, I think that's quite a good little option that they give you that. You get a pretty funky avatar with the talking horse. And then everyone seems to get confused by this because of the way that they've now changed the respect items. So even though this looks gold, it is actually only the T2 respect items, which is a little bit annoying, but again, it's something for free. So I'm currently working my way through these and hoping to get some Agzok items and probably some Dwalin items will be the 2 that sort of stand out from tier 1s. There's some blue gear again, so there's a little bit about the festival, I think, that, you know, it's nice to see these things and that they've put them in. I presume by the time the festival's finished, you should be able to collect all of this stuff. And like I say, the map carries on through. You go to some different locations, and the end game is Rivendell in a couple of days' time. And you have to fill this basket every day with a different item by answering questions from different heroes. And so for this one, for example, it was Radagast. Who was on the 3rd one? Gandalf was on the 3rd one. The 4th one was Hergon, which was a bit random, to be honest. He has some really weird questions from memory. Day 5 was Faramir. Chance for him to show his quality. And day 6 was Gimli. I was quite happy to see Gimli, even though he asked a really weird question about a mine, to be honest. So as you can see, I'm sat in Bag End currently with this event chest, and we're joining Tactics Evolved in a couple of days' time. It'll be the first Tactics Evolved season in 2.0, which I suppose I'm quite excited about, even though I think I'll still probably just use Dwarf troops. But we'll see what the new skills are in TE. I think it'd be quite fun. And then what we're going to do is, with this festival as well, you get a 200 Mathom chest, which is Renewal Celebration. Now, what I will say about these chests, and why they're probably slightly better value than the normal chest, is because you still get your 200 pull of your Mythic Invitation, as they're now called, after they've renamed everything. But it's one of your choosing, so it'll be one of these 5 commanders. Same as all the respect items in this chest will be one of these 5 commanders. And then from the T2 sort of commanders, it'll be one of these items which I've chosen. You get to choose these as you open up the chest, which I think is quite good, to be honest. The overall drop rate is the same, but now that people are complaining about you know, if you're in roleplay and you are pulling from this normal chest, which most people do, you know, it's probably the best value, but you can literally get any of all the tier 3 commanders invites, so it might be completely useless to you. So as far as I'm concerned, even though you've got your wish list, it doesn't always work out that it's one of those commanders that you actually drop the sort of mythic invitation from. So I do think these event chests are a little bit better value for that reason. The other thing is, I'd really like to know, and I don't know this, so if someone does actually know the answer and they could comment, because I've never really kept track of it. Obviously you get a guaranteed gold like in the normal chest every 60 pulls, but does it, because you filled it up to 200 and you can't go any further, on the next chest, does it keep the fact that after 40 pulls you should get a gold item? So if someone can answer that question for me, that'd be great. But we'll go through this in a minute. This is really just to help my non-roleplay formation, which obviously we're now in non-roleplay, so I've got quite a good scout, but I'll kind of just go through it quick and see maybe what we'd like to get from this chest, if it's at all possible. So the ideal, I think, tier 3 letter for me will probably be, if he's got to be down here somewhere, I'd guess, probably Bard, I would say, is probably my ideal tier 3, wherever he may be, go in Commander Blind. Where is Bard while all this is going on? There he is. So he'd be my ideal T3 pull, because I'd like to try and get him to respect 5 and beyond. I think he will be in the meta going forward, so I think it's quite good to try and get him. Probably the second ideal pull for me would probably be Saruman, so I can get him over R5. And if we're really lucky with the items that drop and we pulled the Bjorn invite, I might be able to go up to respect 10, which would be really good. Because I would like to get his unique, as he is one of the people that I use in my main formation. I tend to use Bjorn, Dane, Sauron and Gandalf the White now. And I've tried to change my gear a little bit just to give Sauron some more initiative, which is why I'm now running the agility set. Excuse me. But it's not quite perfect yet. So I need a couple more hammers so I can break down a couple of weapons, so I can give him a reach of the Riddermark and things like that, which would be good. So I think going forward I've got a good setup there. I'd like to try and get Sauron to respect 10 because I do like his unique item, but can't do it all at once, as they say. So that's why we're going through. And Scarham's probably the least of my worries when it comes to that sort of tier 3 respect item, to be honest, because she's already at respect 13. So, and I seem to get a lot more of her items come straight out of the chest anyway, which is a little bit weird. From a gear perspective, obviously we'll get 3 guaranteed gear pulls. I'd quite like to get more than that, but let's not be greedy. We get 3 guaranteed, so let's see where we are. I'd quite like a couple of axes of Khaz of Doom if possible, just because I'd like to refine this one. The absolute winner of a piece would be a couple of Palantirs, or a Palantir in general, or even a Drums of Barad-dûr, but something like a Palantir with Perseverance would really complete this second gear set, which I'd be really happy about. Particularly where I'm considering this season I might actually have to run Gimli in Tactics Evolved, because I feel like a lot of people will try and run Gil, which would mean I'd have to run Gimli and Dane, I guess, instead of Bjorn. And I'd have to use this set on Gimli, which means I could really do with completing this set for Dane, otherwise I'll be losing some Dane damage. So those pieces are kind of the ideal. Other pieces I'd be okay with would be another Noldor sword, because I'd then actually be able to fully refine it. Colour of the Forests are always good to have, because I think they're a great piece. And I quite like a Merios Reigns, because then I can adjust this into possibly giving it an agility, to be honest, or something like that. So I can run it on Sauron, which I think would be a better item. Maybe switch that with Gandalf the White and give him more focus. At the moment my gear is kind of the wrong way round, just because of the way it's worked out. So that's kind of where we're at. So let's get into pulling it then. So we're going to go through all 200. We'll try and sort of go through it slow enough to make sure we see what's going on, rather than normally I'd just go hell for leather. So here's the first 5. We get a couple of Frodo items and alert item. It's not a bad 5, that, really. It'd be nice if we started with something like this. Yeah, we've got Mirkwood Honey, so hopefully the chest is kind to us. Another Dwalin item. All the rest really is just fodder for gold. Looks like we're going to go into the realms of Bjorn here. I know someone else who pulled this chest and got a lot of Bjorn items as well. Gimli items always handy. Another Bjorn item, so if we can average this on every 5 pulls, that'd be great. Another Frodo item. Frodo's nearly respect 10 now, so those items are going to become slightly less useful. If I'd have thought about it, I'd have changed this. I did put Azrakor in there because I want to test him in TE, and he's quite low respect on mine, so Sauron items always good. I don't know why I'm surprised by this, because I should be getting these items, but there you go. So we're 30 in, 35 in, and we've got quite a few respect items so far, which is good. We've got our first tier 1, sorry, I still forget the colours. So Dwalin, probably the best case scenario there. Let's go again. Another Sauron item. we must be nearly due a gold sometime around now. Sometime in the next 10 pulls we should get a gold item. So little item for Lurtz, who's a R7 for me at the moment, so he's building. So we should get a guaranteed gold here. And here it is. Oh, drums a Barad-dûr. Okay, this is good. And a Saruman item. Now, if this has Perseverance, I'm going to be slightly annoyed, but I'd be quite happy. And an Eowyn lair. So that was a good 5. And it's got upkeep. I mean, at least I can refine the drums. That's all we need to say about that. But yeah, upkeep, for anyone who doesn't know, which I'm sure you do, is fairly useless, and I wish they'd just get rid of it out of the game. So that's our first gold item. A Drums of Barad-dûr is good. Might not be the definite skill that we want, so the game's trolling us a little bit, but it is what it is. So then we've got some Saruman Scriblings. A Gimli item. We've kind of gone off the boil a bit here with the sort of tier 3 respect items. Denethor would be happy. Boromir. More Mirkwood honey. This is good though that we're getting a lot of Mirkwood honey. It's making me feel like we might get the Bjorn letter, which would be good to get him to R10. Pretty bad 5 there, to be honest. And again, so I reckon we're due something okay here. There we go. Yeah. So Sauron item and a shadow invite. Interesting. Genuinely thought that was gold gear then. This new way of them doing this system is really annoying. I mean, in fairness, the shadow invite's not bad because my shadows, I think, respect 11, coming up to nearly 12, so I do want to use him a little bit more. So then we've got some more items for Gimli. Seem to get a lot of items for Gimli as well. Another one for Frodo. And I think sometime in the next few, there is an item for Skalhelm. This 5 here, I believe. That's quite a nice set, actually. This 5 here, I believe, will be another guaranteed gold pull. And there it is. It's the Sandclaw, which is good for initiative. We won't be using it. It'll be using for fodder, I think. But it's one of the better initiative pieces, and it's got okay focus. So behind probably the Reach of the Riddermark, Sandclaw's probably second best with agility for someone like a Sauron. But as we're not going to be using that, it'll just be used for food. So 80 left. We're pretty much on track to just get the bare minimum gold items, but I feel like we've done quite well out of gold respect items. There's the Agzok letter, and another one. Happy days. My Agzok's about R6-ish, I think. I'm trying to build him up because I think he's probably the best tier 1 commander and a super good damage dealer. I never seem to get much luck on these 200s, to be honest. Sauron item. Alerts item. All this stuff will just get traded in, to be fair. Saruman item, so he must be nearly, I'm guessing, R5 at this point anyway by the time we do it. First Bard item of the chest. And a Bard letter. Happy days. This is good. So we should still get a guaranteed one after 200 as well, I think, as far as it works. So it's good that we got a Bard letter early. By the time I got a Bard letter, I hardly get anything for Bard at any stage, but that's a really good 5 pull. 40 left. So in another 15 we should have a guaranteed gold equipment item. And we will pray that on this next 5 it's a Palantir. Oh, elf weaponry. I mean, come on. We don't need that. However, we'll take it because it's another gold item. It'll be used for food at some stage. So we've got 20 left. Another Bard item. I think it's going to be between Bard or Bjorn, I think, for which of the letters it gives me for the 200 pull. If it does that, actually. I'm presuming it does that, even though I've already got one during the set. So this should be it. Frodo and Sam letter. So this confuses me. Because I thought how it worked was... okay, so it does reset itself. Fair enough. So after the mythic we're up to another 49. Okay, I always thought it ran through to the 200. That was a bit of a noob thing from me, but the chest is now full. We're 49 towards another letter, which is good, to be fair. So on the next one of these that we try and fill out, it should be good. So we'll just go through what we've got. This isn't the time to ask me this. So we picked up a Sandclaw, a Drums of Barad-dûr, and a Silver Harp of Rivendell, which is pretty cool, to be fair. All these items again will just be used for food. I'm going to start upgrading, I think, the sort of unique items that I've got now that I know what I'm doing with gear. Oh, it would have been nice to get one of these as well, because I'm nearly onto a full refine there. But I'm hoping in the season pass I actually get a fine smoking pipe with perseverance to create a good scowl set. As for items, we did okay with respect items, actually, to be honest. Plus the invite for Bard, which is good. It'd been nice to have got one for Bjorn. But we're going to start trying to up our commanders in the next... I'll probably just after this video, I'll start up in the commanders. But I think that was a fairly reasonable 200 pull, to be honest. And that's why I like those kind of... those chests, because you get this whole ability to just pick and choose your commanders. So that's good. Like so yeah, all these commanders are useful to me. If you do want to, any stage, anyone sponsor any future sort of Maven videos of mine, I will leave my UID in the bottom, and also the Stream Elements link is also down there. But for now, that's pretty much everything. So thanks for tuning in and looking through the renewal celebration. I actually think it's been one of their better festivals, to be honest, than what they've done lately. I am hopeful that the Balrog chest will appear sometime soon. The reason I think this is because it was a bit strange that I know they stopped doing stickers a while ago, but they didn't do any sort of store items where normally they'll do Maven bundles, so it makes me feel like they're waiting for that one for the Balrog chest to drop. So we'll see if that happens after this event's finished, maybe. But other than that, that's all I've got time for today. So thanks for your time, and if in doubt, always follow your nose.